Imagine the scene. The United States is doing everything to maintain its lead in artificial intelligence. They are banning China from accessing the most powerful NVIDIA chips on the market, setting up technological barriers and locking licenses. In short, they are building a fortress around AI. And there, a spectacular turnaround, China does not pound its fist on the table. No. She smiles and responds with a masterstroke. You're blocking us? Very well. Then we'll make artificial intelligence free. Ujatos iza Texas. Yes, free. Since January, Chinese giants like Alibaba, Baidu, or Tencent have been releasing increasingly powerful artificial intelligence models, especially as open source, meaning freely accessible, modifiable, adaptable. DeepSeek R1, QWQ, 32B, I34B. Names that are a bit obscure for the general public, but are seriously starting to give Silicon Valley strategists a hard time. Why? Because these models are increasingly close to, or even equivalent to, those of OpenAI, Google, or Anthropic. Except that where the Americans charge for their AI like Netflix subscriptions, China distributes them like flyers in the subway. Free of charge. To whoever wants. So, you might ask me, but why would China do that? Being so controlling, so little inclined towards digital transparency? Answer: because it's not generosity, it's geopolitics. The Financial Times perfectly summarized the strategy. By opening its models to the whole world, China is not only bypassing American sanctions, it is changing the game. Instead of chasing the United States, it is trying to trip them up. And not by confronting them head-on, no, by making their business obsolete. Because if the free Chinese models become as good as GPT-4, Claude 3, or Gemini, why pay fortunes for the American models? The AI market becomes a race to zero. And if what is being sold is no longer worth anything, then the business model collapses. It's the digital version of the atomic bomb. Open source as a weapon of mass deterrence, and that's a stroke of genius. No need for NVIDIA chips to win the AI war. Just make the American victory completely pointless. The craziest part is that this strategy revealed by the Financial Times allows China to collect thousands of hours of work around the world without spending anything. Every developer who improves a Chinese model, every company that integrates it, every researcher who tests it, unknowingly enriches the Chinese ecosystem. That's where you see the subtlety of the move. It's not just an economic response, it's a trap. An elegant trap. And as a bonus, China projects the image of an open, generous, sharing country. Meanwhile, Europe, we are here watching the US-China fight as spectators, arms crossed, without a model, without a strategy, and especially without digital sovereignty. In this game, the Americans are strong, but the Chinese might be even more cunning. And the real lesson is this: in an economic chess game, it's not always the one with the best pieces who wins, it's the one who changes the rules during the game. And this time, China has turned the chessboard around. So, what should we take away from all this? While the United States is building a fortress around artificial intelligence, China is overturning the table and reshuffling the deck, freely. By making its models open source, it is not just making a technical gesture, it is playing a brilliant geopolitical move, weakening American business while capturing global innovation without spending a cent. And we, Europe, what are we doing? We watch the game unfold with arms crossed. In this digital war, it is no longer a matter of brute force, but of strategy. And for once, the winner may not be who we think. So, tell us in the comments, China, genius, or manipulation? And more importantly, are we ready for a world where artificial intelligence becomes a tool of soft power? If you liked the video, like, subscribe, and activate the bell so you don't miss anything. See you soon to decode together the challenges of the world of tomorrow.